Yes, absolutely, absolutely, my friends. What's going on, everybody? This is Luke Pico with IroncladConfidence.com coming to you guys today, my friends. Another amazing video. Yeah, buddy, baby. What is cracking, everybody? I hope you guys are straight rocking that world, dude, and always transforming that psychology, baby. Yeah, buddy. So check it out, my friends. If you guys are new here to the YouTube channel, welcome to the freaking rock show, dude. Welcome to the channel, you guys. On this channel, I share deep insights on confidence building. We talk about mindset. We talk about success. We talk about how reality works. And I share deep insights with you on quantum physics, law of attraction, and what's going on behind the scenes of your personal reality. So if that sounds good to you, baby, then stick around, my friends, because today I'd like to share with you how to reinforce your identity and magnify your boldness. You want to learn how to reinforce your identity? You want to learn how to reinforce your personality? You want to learn how to reinforce yourself with the kind of beliefs that allow you to create the reality you want, baby? You can. It's up to you, dude. I'll crack the code, baby. I figured it out. Because you guys, most people, the average person doesn't even realize or recognize who they are as an individual. I know that sounds crazy. I'm not saying you don't know who you are, but I didn't know who I was. I didn't know that, hey, you know what? I'm actually spending my whole life building this identity, right? You don't even think like that. Most people don't. I didn't. And why? Because they don't teach you this in school, baby. They don't teach you, hey, you know what? You wanna be bold so that you can do this. Hey, you know what? You wanna develop courage so that you can do this. Hey, you know what? You need to work on this to build more confidence. They don't teach you that, dude. They don't teach you, hey, you know what? You need to reinforce positivity. You need to reinforce your beliefs. You need to reinforce your happiness. You don't learn these things, dude. And so most of us, you guys, our identity about who we believe we are, it's on default, dude. And so what do I mean identity? You guys, all of us have a certain identity. And no, I'm not talking about your driver's license or your state ID. Right? No, I'm not talking. I'm talking about a deeper core identity about who you believe you are. And see, most people, because they're not taught how to build that identity up, they don't even realize that they're building an identity your whole life. See, you're building an identity your whole life, and you don't even know it. I didn't know it. And so, Luke, how do you build an identity? So check it out. This is what I've learned, dude. So you guys, we build our identity with patterns of information. Though that information that we decide to agree with is identifying who we are as a person. Did you know that? I'll bet you didn't know that like that, baby. It seems obvious, right? Yeah, it seems obvious, but we don't actually realize it like that. We don't actually put it in that terminology and realize, hey, dude, you know what? The information that I'm focusing on is actually what's giving me the reality that I have. And so we go through life identifying with whatever patterns of information we are raised around. And when you reinforce something, that means you make it stronger, dude. You make it stronger. And so what we do is we're reinforcing an identity in our life of, it just depends what we are raised around. If we are raised around anger and insecurity and addiction and negativity and sadness and depression and fear and all that stuff, we take on the identity of that information. You understand that's how humans operate? I didn't understand. Even though you understand it, you don't understand it like that, dude. Most people don't. And so we're doing this all day, every day. We're identifying with information, not even realizing it's actually giving us the personality and the identity that we believe we are. So if we get stuck in a pattern of anger, or a pattern of fear, or a pattern of negativity, or a pattern of sadness, or a pattern of depression, or a pattern of pride and envy and jealousy and greed, then that becomes the person we are. And then we reinforce those beliefs, those patterns, and then we live life with that energy, with that information. That's a sucky way to live, dude. It is. And so, you want to learn how to reinforce your identity for the positive? You want to learn how to use boldness, magnify your boldness, magnify your bravery, magnify your mental strength, magnify your courage? You see what I'm saying here, dude? You got to get bold with yourself sometimes, baby. And a lot of people, you guys, they don't even know that they have permission. See, I talk to myself strong. And what a lot of people do is when they hear somebody talking with strength, they allow their own voice to make them feel inferior and sad and scared and broken. You got to understand, dude, when I talk strong like this, I am reinforcing my boldness with myself. And so we're talking about how to, reinforce your identity, right? You want to build a strong personality? You want to build a positive, happy personality? You can. This is what I've learned. That's why I created this channel. That's why I do a podcast. That's why I do videos. That's why I do everything that I do. Because when you get your thinking straight, when you get yourself in alignment, you start to create amazingness in your life. You start to activate the type of boldness that you want to be. The type of bravery you want to be. See, Braveheart, dude. You got to get brave with yourself. You got to get courageous and strong with yourself if you're going to get past your negative filters and perceptions of who you are. That's why I do this. That's why I talk about this. Because it's a mindset, baby. It's a mindset what we allow ourselves to be. If we allow ourselves to buy into the fear, if you allow yourself to buy into insecurity, if you allow yourself to buy into negativity, if you allow yourself to not get strong with yourself, you live a life of misery. You live a life of frustration. This is what I've learned. That's how I've learned to build the kind of personality I want to build. That's how I've learned to build the identity that I want to build. Because see, whatever information you identify with is what is identifying you. So if you identify with lack, if you identify with sadness, if you identify with nothing's good, if you identify with fear, if you identify with this is just the way life is, I can't be happy, guess what? You're going to reinforce the attitudes, the behaviors, the actions, the thinking, the believing. You're going to reinforce that energy. You're going to reinforce those beliefs, and then you're going to get that reality, dude. That's the reality you're going to magnify. This is what I've learned. And so for me to be able to change my frame of mind, for me to be able to believe, to change my reality, I had to start focusing on what am I telling myself? What am I thinking about? What am I focusing on? What am I talking about? What do I believe about myself? Do I believe I'm a bad person and I can't do it? Because see, we pick up all this information from the time we're born. We pick up all this information from the time we're born. And for me, growing up, dude, I lived it was a pretty crazy life, dude. You're living in violence, you're living in addiction, you're living in uncertainty, you're living in instability, dysfunction. And so for me, if I would have allowed myself to continually stay there, see, there's only two things you're going to do in life, dude. You're either going to sink or you're going to swim. And for me, I'm like, dude, I got to figure it out. I'm going to keep swimming. I'm going to keep cracking the code. I'm going to keep growing. I'm going to keep challenging my frame of mind, my perception. I'm going to build a better identity. See, you guys, a lot of people, they feel like if they build a strong identity, that means they're bad. A lot of people feel like this. I felt like this, that's how I know. You feel like you're wrong for building a strong identity. You feel like you're wrong. You feel like you're bad for thinking you should be a strong person. But here's the thing. You're born to be a strong person. It takes courage to live, dude. It takes boldness to live, baby. When you're bold, guess what? You have the ability to be strong. That doesn't mean be arrogant and be mean and treat people like they're less than you. I don't treat people like that. I treat people positive, dude. I treat people confident. I treat people the way I want to be treated. And so for me, that's why I started focusing on, hey, you know what? How do I reinforce who I am? How do I, and see, when you reinforce something, that means you make it extra strong, dude. You reinforce it, right? You build it up. Yeah, buddy. This is the way it goes, my friends. What do you want to do? What do you want to build? Who do you want to be? What do you want to create? You see what I'm saying here, dude? You can be, have, do, get whatever you want to create in your life. It's a matter of what you allow yourself to agree with. If you allow yourself to agree with anger, you're going to be angry. Or if you allow yourself to agree with change, you're going to change. You're going to start to reinforce your perceptions of reality. Reinforce your identity. Reinforce your beliefs. Hey, you know what? I'm going to be confident. Hey, you know what? I'm going to be nice. Hey, you know what? I'm going to be positive. Hey, you know what? I'm going to attract amazing energy to myself. Hey, you know what? I'm going to be bold and strong and stand up to my insecurities. You have to stand up to your insecurities. That was freaking good right there, dude. You have to. If you don't stand up to your insecurities with boldness, your insecurities are going to bulldoze you. And then you're just going to feel worthless. You're going to feel frustrated. You're going to feel angry. You're going to feel depressed. And what we do as people is we tend to take on whatever we agree with. No, we do take on what we agree with because we're in agreement with that information. If we agree to be inferior, we're going to be inferior. If we agree to be negative, we're going to be negative, dude. If we agree to be sad all the time, we're going to look for those reasons to identify who we are. And so for me to reinforce my identity and magnify my boldness, you see, you live every day to demonstrate the reality you want to create. Did you know that? A lot of people don't know that, dude. Oh, brother, this guy's crazy. Dude, this is reality. You live life every day to demonstrate and tell your reality what to do. And when you tell yourself to do something, you do it. When you tell yourself to believe something, you believe it. Because it's all BS. Belief systems, dude. You've heard this before, right? We believe whatever we tell ourselves. And guess what? Whatever we tell ourselves creates the identity we agree with. And it's all information. What are we working with? What are we telling ourselves? Are we magnifying boldness in our life? Are we magnifying courage? Are we magnifying bravery? Are we magnifying the type of personality we want? Or are we just stuck in sadness? Stuck in fear, stuck in anxiety, stuck in depression, stuck in, oh, I can't do it. Because when you get stuck in those energies, you get stuck in a victim mindset. You get stuck in an angry mindset. See, that's why I do what I do. I reinforce my identity. I reinforce my confidence. I reinforce my courage. I reinforce feeling good about who I am. See, when you don't take care of yourself, you don't feel good. When you don't take care of your psychology, you don't feel good. You see what I'm saying here, dude? Yeah, buddy. This is the way it goes, my friends. So, what do you want to create? What do you want to be in your life? Who do you want to be? What do you want to represent? What do you want to identify with? Because whether you participate in it or not, you're identifying with information. And that information is giving you the reality you have. You can choose to stay locked in fear. You can choose to stay locked in depression. You can choose to feel inferior. You can choose to not be brave. You can choose to not be bold. Or you can choose to be bold. You can choose to be happy. You can choose to be positive, dude. Yeah, buddy, baby. This is the way it goes, my friends. This is what I've learned. Test it out. Test it out. Tell yourself to agree with something, and you will agree with it. You do it already. Yeah, buddy, baby. And that, my friends, is how to reinforce your identity and magnify your boldness. You have to reinforce the strength you want to create in your life. You have to reinforce the confidence. You have to reinforce the positivity. Hey, it's up to you. We live in a world of duality, positive and negative. And before you get positive, you have to get negative. Before you have a breakthrough, you have to go through the break. And sometimes that break, it's frustrating, it's negative. But guess what? You get stronger, dude. Yeah, buddy, baby. But that's it, champions. That's all I got for you guys today. I just wanted to share some insights on how I personally use this information to reinforce my identity and magnify my boldness, dude. You got to get bold and courageous with yourself, my friends. But that's it, champions. That's all I got for you guys today, my friends. If you guys are new here to the YouTube channel, consider subscribing. If you guys liked the video, you guys found it helpful, consider giving it a thumbs up and hitting the little bell notification if you want more videos like this. But I do thank you guys, and I do look forward to talking to you champions again next time, baby. Peace. Yeah, buddy. Whatever you agree with identifies you. If you identify with insecurity, you get more insecurity. If you identify with boldness, you get more boldness, baby. And then we just come out here and have a good time. Rock our world, dude. Yeah, buddy.